Yeah. Hi, Muhammad. Hi, Muhammad. Good evening.
Hi, sir. Good evening.
Yeah. So my name is Prakash. Okay. So I'm the math tutor for this webinar.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's wait for another 30 seconds or so. Okay. So let's see if anybody joins. Okay. Then we'll start the webinar.
Oh, sir, no problem.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
I hope you know the topic, today's topic, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So today we are going to discuss about the 3D shapes. I mean, finding the surface area and volume of 3D shapes. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So may know your grade if you don't mind.
So, my grade? My class?
Yeah, class. Yeah, class.
Yeah, my class is grade 10, sir.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Okay. So let's wait for another 30 seconds or so, and then we'll start.
No problem, sir.
Yeah. So, I mean, we can go ahead, okay? We can go ahead and, I mean, if anybody joins, so maybe let's see, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe let's make it as interactive since, I mean, you are the only student, okay?
Okay, sir.
So, generally speaking, I mean, you might know the 2D shapes. It is nothing but the two-dimensional shapes such as a square, rectangle, kite, triangles, circles, and those
Yeah,
are 2D shapes. You might know. So those are flat shapes. Okay.
flat shapes, yes.
Flat shapes generally. So for those, generally we find the area of the 2D shapes, and then we might find what do you call it? The perimeter, the circumference, which is the outer measure. I mean outer distance, like
Yeah,
that. But in 3D shape, you might know that. So it is the three-dimensional one, which looks like a real, isn't it? So for example, the cube, you can take cube for example as a dice. Okay, so you can see, you can just relate it. So those are real-time shapes. You can call it as three-dimensional,
yes.
and in three-dimensional shapes, we know that we are going to find the area, which is surface area. The surface area, in a sense, the total area of that shape. I mean that what do you call it? That 3D shape. And then we find the volume, but here we don't have any perimeter or a circumference. Okay, and I
Okay.
hope you know the unit of area, which is just a square units. Like
Yeah.
for example, if you have a meters, it's square meters and all, and the unit of volume would be cubic units. Okay, yeah, that you know. So just I mean, let's start the basics of 3D shapes. What exactly it is? It's a three-dimensional shape, which defined as a solid figure. That's what we just discussed. It's an object.
Yeah.
You can just assume cylinder as a cylinder, isn't it? Yeah. So that's
Yes.
what. And in this three-dimensional shapes, we will have the height, length, width. So those are the basics. Yeah, and also we do have a faces. How many faces the 3D shape has, rather how many faces the cube has, and all. And we do have a vertex. Vertex is nothing but edges. I mean, not edges. It's a coordinates. You can see that. And so that's the vertex. Okay. So welcome, Ellen. Yeah.
Sorry. Hi. Yes.
Hi. Yeah.
Hi.
Yes, my name is Prakash. I am the math tutor for this webinar. Welcome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please mute your mic. Okay.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So I mean, if you have any questions in between, please unmute and ask me some. I mean, if you have any questions, okay. Otherwise, you can ask me the questions on the chat as well. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the 3D shapes. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so 3D shapes, which is three-dimensional. So which is the real shapes, the solid figures you can call it as. So where you can just compare the 3D shape names with the real-time examples where we generally see in real time, such as cube or a rectangle, the cuboid or a cylinder or a sphere and all, okay? So generally in 3D shapes, it contains a dimension, 3 dimensions, right? 3-dimensional in a sense, 3D shape contains 3 dimensions. What are they? It might be length, width and height, most of the 3D shapes. Length, width and height. So, the width can be changed as a depth in some 3D shapes that we'll discuss. Along with that, we do have a faces in a 3D shapes. Faces in a sense, how many faces for example, let's take a cube. How many faces the cube has? A real time, just let's take a cylinder. How many faces that has? And we do have edges. I hope you know what edges means, edges. And vertices in a sense, it's a coordinates. Coordinates are points, you can call it as. That's the vertices. We do have a faces, vertices, edges, length, height, and width. So these, length, width, and height are the dimensions, and these are the properties. You can say that the faces are vertices or edges. Okay. So let's go and learn some basic types of 3D shapes. I hope you guys know that the basic 3D shapes starts from cube, a cuboid, a cylinder, cone, sphere, prisms, and pyramids. I just written prisms and pyramids because we have types in prisms and pyramids. So how it is based on the what do you call it? Base. The types of prisms based on the base. What do you mean by a base? The bottom one. Okay, the bottom one. For example, the square-based prism. In a square-based prism, we have a square in the bottom, in the base, you can call it. If it is a rectangular-based prism, we have a rectangle as a base. If it is a triangular-based prism, we have a triangular base in that prism. Okay, so we can say hexagonal prism, pentagonal prism and all. Okay, so we do have a types of prisms. We'll discuss one by one anyway. Similarly, for pyramids, we do have a types of pyramids such as rectangular pyramid, square pyramid, triangular pyramid, and so on. Okay, so that's why I just simply mentioned the prisms and pyramids. So and you might have the square pyramid is same as the cube. The rectangular, I'm talking about the prism, sorry. So square prism is same as a cube. Rectangular prism is same as cuboid. I hope you guys know that. So let's start with the basics. I think you can see the shapes there. 5 shapes like I mentioned. The cube, cuboid, sphere, cone, and cylinder. Okay. So let's try and learn how to find the surface area and volume of each one. And we'll do some questions as well. Okay, so what is surface area? Before we start finding the surface area, you guys might have some idea. So surface area is nothing but the total area, isn't it? So the total area is area of all the faces. It's not about all the sides. We are not talking about the sides in 3D shapes. Instead, we are going to talk about the faces. So surface area is nothing but the area of all the faces, which is total area. Okay. So sum of all the faces. Sum of the area of all the faces. So that's what the surface area is about. And I hope you guys know unit of surface area is square units. Okay. And then the volume. What do you mean by a volume? So which is the total space occupied in a 3-dimensional shape, 3D shape. Okay. So the total
It's like
space,
capacity.
Capacity, exactly. So if you think of a cylinder, how much water you can fill. So that water, how much water, right? So that water is occupied in the complete space in the cylinder. So that water is nothing but a volume here. Okay. But in 2D shape, you guys know that we can't find the volume because it's a flattened shapes. The 2D shapes are. Okay. I hope you guys understand. So volume is denoted as a V. So V stands for volume, and it is measured as a in terms of cubic units, which is, yeah, if it is meters, if it is meter cube, if it is centimeters, it's centimeter cube. I mean, similar.
Area then.
Cube I'm talking about. I mean, cubic units. If meters, the area, I mean, the unit of volume would be meter cube, like that. If it's centimeters, then it is centimeter cube. That's what. If the unit is centimeter, then the unit of volume is centimeter cube. But for surface area, it is area. So we'll get square, centimeter square, meter square, inches square. It depends on the question. Okay. So I think let's start with the first shape, which is cube. So let's learn the basics, and then I will explain the questions in the whiteboard. Okay. I think this is the cube. I think just go through that. So what cube is? Cube has six faces, isn't it? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, just go through this. It's a three-dimensional shape. It has 6 square faces. So I think you know that all the faces, all the side lengths would be same. Side lengths in a sense, this one. So it can be anything. So the length of the sides are same. Okay, so that's why it is called as a cube. So which means what? See, you can see the front one, the back one, left, right, top, bottom. So all are squares. Okay, so that's why it says it has 6 faces, 6 square faces. So let's say if this is 8 centimeters, all the faces, all the side lengths are 8 centimeters. I hope you got that. Yeah. So the next one, you can see that it has 8 vertices. What do you mean by vertices? I hope you know that. You guys know that. This is the vertices. This is one vertex.
It is the coordinates.
I'm drawing coordinates. Yeah, that's what we discussed. Yeah, the coordinates is the points, right? Yeah, that's very nice. Okay, we have a 6 coordinates. You can see that. And 12 edges. What does that mean? Any idea? So it depends on, like, see, 1, 2. You can just add it. How many edges you can see that? We have 12. How? I hope you know that 12. The 4 at the top, 4 at the bottom, and 4 at the front. So I mean the edges we can see. Okay, so edges in a sense. So it's kind of, let's go to the basic one here. Have a look at this diagram. So what do you mean by edges here? The faces are the faces. The vertices are the coordinates. So these are the edges. What are the edges? Okay, the edges. How many edges in this? Like this. Okay. And it has 6 faces that we already learned. All the sides, all the edges are equal, which is, edges is nothing but instead of sides, we can call it as edges. Okay. And I hope you guys know the formula. So let's say if a side length is yes, you can take yes or yeah, that's fine. If side length or a side edge length is yes, then all the edges must be the yes. So that's what, then you know that the surface area is 6a square. Okay, let's go to the whiteboard and let me explain. Okay, yeah. So we said, I mean, we just learned we have a 6 faces. Each face is similar, and because 6 square faces, for example, if I say it is 8 centimeters, so we have 6 faces. So I just taken one face. One face is a, this looks like a square. I hope you know the area of square. So area of
Side
square
into side.
is, yeah, exactly. So area of one face is 8 square, which is 64 centimeters. Okay. And how many faces we have? We have a 6 faces, isn't it? So if one face is 64 and
Actually,
6
sir, I'm
faces,
sorry. Sir, that answer you wrote like 64 centimeter. There should be square, I think, yes? For the
yeah,
unit.
sorry. Yeah, exactly. Good, good. Okay. So one face is 64 centimeters square. So for 6 faces, it is a multiplication of I mean, multiply by 6. So 64 times 6, how much? That is
384.
384 centimeters square. So that's the surface area. So I think the good thing in 3D shapes, you can use the formula if you want. So I mean, if you are able to remember rather. So surface area formula is 6 into side square. So I'm just writing side as a yes. Okay. So this is the formula. I hope you guys know that. 6s square. Instead, if you don't know the formula, don't worry. Just find the area of each face separately. Each face, F-A-C-E, faces separately. And then add it together, we'll get the total. That's what we did here. If you want to use the formula, you can use it. 6 into 8 square, which is same thing. 6 times 84, which is 384. Okay. So I mean the square, I mean it won't make much sense. Okay, we'll do that in a next shape. Okay, so how to find the volume? I hope you guys know that three-dimensional shape has 3 dimensions. One is length and one is width and the other one is height. So here, since it's a cube, since it's a cube, all the edges are same. So you can write 8 times 8 times 8 or else 8 cube. So that's the formula for volume, isn't it? What is the formula to find the volume of cube? It
Length
is
into breadth
side.
into height.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, exactly. I'm just writing side cube for this. So what is the answer? 8 cube, 64 times 8. Okay, so we'll get 512.
512.
So since it is centimeter, we are writing it as a cube. Cubic centimeters or centimeter cube. I hope you guys are able to follow me and I mean understand the cube. So
Yes, sir.
that's it of cube. Okay, so we'll do more questions later in the class. Let's discuss the other shape now. Okay. I mean, you might get a one more question such as how many vertices this cube has, how many faces this cube has and all. Okay, please try to learn those points as well. I mean, the talking about this one, guys. Okay. And the next one is cuboid. Cuboid is nothing but a rectangular prism. I will explain that if you have any confusion while we doing the prisms. Okay. So in rectangular prisms, we do have a 6 faces, but 3 different rectangles. What I mean to say, the front one, the back one, the front and the back one is the same rectangle, same length, same size rectangles. The left side and the right side rectangles are same and the bottom and top are same. If you want me to write precisely, so let's say the side one, face 1, face 2 are same, which is front and back, and the left and right, which is this one is a left side, left face and the right face are same. These two rectangles are similar, and as we discussed, the bottom one is the fifth one, and the top one is a, see, these two are similar. Okay, so which means we have six rectangular faces. Two are same, front back are same, left right are same, the top and bottom are same. I hope you guys know that. Okay, I don't recommend you to learn these formulas, but instead I will explain how we got how to get this formula, or how to find the surface area and volume. Okay, I hope you guys just learned the definitions. That's what it says. The angle measures a 90-degree, and it has 8 vertices, which is coordinates, 12 edges, and 6 faces. In 6 faces, those are two separate rectangular faces. Okay, two different rectangles. This one is different. This rectangle is different. Okay, so let's learn what are they. So let me draw a cuboid quickly, guys. Just excuse me a moment. I think it looks okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, just a moment, guys. Yeah, I hope it looks like a cuboid, isn't it? So what I mean to say, I'm just trying to what do you call it? Shade it. Try to shade it to understand. So what I said, the left one. So this is the left one, and this is the right one, guys. Okay. These two are same rectangle sizes, and let me take a dull color, something. The top one. The top rectangle, I think you can see that by visually speaking, you can see that. So just take a dice or something rectangular one, you can see 6 rectangles in it. Okay, see the top one and the bottom one. I think it looks a bit bad, I mean, after shading, but I hope you can see that in a different. Just look it as a 3-dimensional. So you can see that the left sides are triangle, I mean rectangles are same, top bottom are same, and the front bottom I haven't shaded. So let that be as it is. Why I'm doing this? So let's say the length of this is, can we say 10 centimeters or 10 meters, and can we say this as 6 meters? I mean the length of this, and the height of the prism, what is that? Can we say 8 meters? Okay. So if you don't know the formula, doesn't matter. So how to find the area or a surface area in that sense? So just take the faces. Since it has 6 faces, each two faces, I mean 2 of the faces are similar. So let's take the left side one, the left and right. Okay, so and which forms a rectangle, isn't it? So I'm just drawing roughly. So right and left. So what are the dimensions of rectangle? Left and right rectangle. 8 and 6. I hope you guys agree to this. And what is the area?
Yeah.
48. Okay, it is meters, right? Okay.
48 meters square.
Yeah, 48 meters square. So what does that mean? This is area of one face.
Sir, for 6-year-old.
Sorry, guys.
Sir, I have a question. For
Yeah.
6-year-old, like after the 6-year-old centimeter.
Okay, guys. Yeah. So keep on writing that. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. So we found the area of one face here. So left and right are same. So area becomes a 90. How much? 96 is in 96 for left and right. I hope everyone understands.
Yes.
Great. Now find the area of top and bottom. Top and bottom. So can you please tell me the dimensions of top and bottom rectangle?
10 meter.
Yeah, 10 meter.
And 6 meter.
6 meters. See, this one is it you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's very, very nice. So you know the area, which is 60. I'm keep on writing centimeters, guys. Yeah, so 60 meters square. So top and bottom becomes 120. I hope everyone agrees to this.
120.
Yeah, 120.
Yes.
And we left with another two faces, which is front and back. Okay, so what are the dimensions of front and back rectangle?
10 and 8.
10 and 8. Let me have a look. Front. Yeah, excellent. So 10 meters and 8 meters. So which is 80 meters square. So totally 160 meters square. I hope you guys understand this. So the total area would be the total area would be 48. I mean 96 plus 120.
So the total area is 376.
Yeah.
The total area is 376.
Thank you. So which is meters cube. Yeah. Please unmute Mohammed. Yeah. So the total area would be meter square. I mean 376 meters square. Okay. If you don't know the formula of any of the 3D shapes, that's fine. Still, you can ended up finding the correct answer, because the basics is just find the area of each face separately and add it together. Okay. And now I will tell you why the formula came and how we got that formula quickly. Yeah, here guys. Yeah. So this one is a length, this one is a width, this one is in height. And if you write in all the cases, see, this one becomes a length, this becomes in height, and this becomes in height. This is width, and this one is width. I hope you agree. You guys agree to this. Okay. Surface area. What is the formula? Which is sum of all the area, sum of all face area. So we have, just take the front one, which is length times height. The area of front and back, length times height. That's why I'm writing 2 here, because front and back. 2 into LW. So this one is the bottom and top one. And the left and right, it is width times height. Okay, so why I am writing 2? Because we have a two faces, left, right, bottom, top, like that. And if you want, you can take it 2 as a common. So that's the formula. Length, height. If you want to write length, width first, it's fine. Length, height plus width, height. So this is the formula. I think you might learn, I hope. Okay, if you use the same formula for the previous question, what is that? 10, this one is 6, and this one is 8. We'll ended up getting the same answer. If you want, you can try it. Okay, and then the volume. It's a very straightforward volume, finding the volume, because it has 3 dimensions. So multiply the length, width, and height. So just do that. 10 times 6 is 60. So 60 times 8.
Yeah, answer is 376.
Sorry? No, I don't think so. Please check it again.
If you multiply, if you put these values on the formula and you multiply, you're getting 376.
You're talking about this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me have a look on that. So 10 times 6, 60. What is that? Length and height. 10 times 80. And then what else we left with? Width and
120.
48. 48, guys. So just add 60 plus 80, which is 140 plus 48, which is 188 times
188.
2 times 2. We'll get 376 meters square. Okay, so if you go back, I think we got the same. Just have a look at this. We got the same.
Yeah.
Okay. And volume,
Yes.
it's 480 meter cube. I hope you guys understand.
Yes.
Okay, so if you're able to remember the formulas, it's fine. So let me quickly write the formulas of cube. What is the surface area? It is just 6a square, 6 side square rather. Volume of cube, it is length times width times height, which is same as side cube because all sides are similar. What about cuboid? Surface area would be, I mean, the one which we discussed just now, length times width, then length times height, then width times height. 2, I mean, you need to multiply everything by 2. And this one is a similar one. Okay, so if you want to remember the formula, please go ahead and try to remember all these two. The next one is cone, I think. Cone or a cylinder. Yeah, I think cylinder, okay? So cylinder is a three-dimensional of a shape. I hope you guys know that. And how it looks like, we have a circular base at the top and circular base at the bottom. And that's it. I mean, we have a circular base at the top and bottom, and it connected together. So just think of a cylinder in a real time. It looks like a similar way, isn't it? It has no vertices. You know the reason? Because we don't have any coordinates here, and it has two edges. I hope you guys know that, 1 and 2 edges. 1 and 2 edges and 2 flat faces. What does the flat faces? Which is the base one and the top base, which both are circles and both are equal in size as well. And one flattered face. That one is the top. I mean the front one they're talking about. Okay, so let's try to learn the formulas of cylinder. One moment, guys. Okay. Let me draw the circles first. Yeah, just a moment, guys. Yeah, I hope it looks okay. Yeah. Cylinder. So in this cylinder, as I said, you can see the top one or a top base or a bottom base is circles. It looks like a vowel, isn't it? But it is a circle. I mean, practically speaking. So what is this? Radius of a circle. The same thing here. That both the top base and the bottom base, I mean the circles are similar, same size. Okay. What I was saying, so this is the radius and the height is this one. This is a height. If you extend a bit, yeah, this one is a height. Okay. And what is the area? What is the surface area, guys? So generally, how to find the surface, how we learned finding the area of each face, how many faces we have, find the area. Sorry, guys.
Sir,
Find the
for
area.
finding the area.
Sorry. Okay. So find the area of the bases, which is the top one and the bottom one, circles first, then find the area of the front one, which looks like a rectangle, isn't it? And then add it together. We'll get the answer. Okay, what does that mean? Let me write this one. It looks like a circle, isn't it? So what is the area of circles? Pi r square. This one is one more pi r square.
Pi r square, sorry, yeah.
Pi r square, the area of the circle I'm talking about, and then this shape, the remaining one. Okay, so how it looks like, it has the rectangle in it, but we need to find, how do we find the what do you call it, the area of a rectangle. One is length into width. Here width is not there, so since I mean we have a height, but instead we can find the perimeter in it. Perimeter is nothing but a circumference, you can call as well. So which is 2 pi r h, which is 2 pi r is the, what is 2 pi r? I hope you guys know that 2 pi r is the circumference of a circle, and since it is height, there is a difference between, I mean, what do you call it, the distance between the top circle and the bottom circle. So we just need to multiply by h. So this is the formula. What is surface area, guys? We have a two circles, which is pi r square plus pi r square, 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r. 2 pi r is a circumference of a circle, and we do have a distance between two circles, so that's why we are multiplying by height, which is h. So this is the formula. This is how we need to break it down. I hope you guys understand, rather know this formula. Okay, and the volume, it's a very straightforward one, which is pi r square times h, because pi r square is nothing but the area of the total times height. That's what, right? What do you mean by a volume generally? Volume is length times width times height. So length times width is nothing but a what? Area of base. So this is an area of base times height. This is the formula for volume, generally speaking. So that's what I have written. Area of the base is pi r square, and the height is represented as h. I hope you guys understand the formula.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what it says. And you might have some questions here. See this one, what is this? So that's the surface area. How we got that? The same way, but they have simplified. Don't think of this way. So just write, this is a pi r square, this is one more pi r square, and this remaining area is 2 pi r h. So just add all these three together. So which forms 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h. And after that, they have taken 2 pi r as a common. Okay, I don't think that that's required. You can just write this as a formula. Okay, guys. So okay, so let's go to the next shape, which is cone. What is cone? This is how it looks like. I think you might have seen cone very well. You see, isn't it? It's a three-dimensional shape. There is a circle at the top base, top or bottom. Generally, here the diagram is reversed, but generally speaking, cone has a circular base, one circular base, and it has one vertex. I think you can see that where the vertex exists. This is where the vertex, one coordinate. It has one edge as well, and one flat base and one curved base. Curved base is nothing but this one, and the flat one, this one. okay, which looks like a triangle. The front face looks like a triangle, isn't it? So let me explain the formula, guys. Guys, please unmute and mute your mic, guys, unless if you want to talk to me. Yeah. So cone. So let me try to draw a cone quickly. Just a second. Yeah. So this is, it looks like a cone, I hope. Yeah. So again, as I said, the top base, the base is circular base. So that's why. I think you know that every circle has a radius. That's what it says. And this is the height. Okay, I'm just randomly writing, this is in height. What is the formula of area? How do you find the area of this cone, surface area? So first, area of this portion. What is the area of that portion, which is circle? Pi r square. That's the area of circle. And the other portion would be what? Yeah, this one. Which is, what is the area of 2 pi r h? You know why? Because this is the circumference 2 pi r and you need to multiply h and then combine together. That's it. So I hope you guys understand. Anybody has any questions?
No, sir.
Yeah. Okay, let's do some questions. I mean, we were doing completely the theory part. Okay, let's try some questions now. Okay, just a moment, guys. Okay. So here it's not L. Okay, let's just excuse me. Why? I will tell you. Just a moment. See, let me draw a straight line. Can you see a right angle triangle here? This one, right angle. So this one is the radius, this one is the height of the cone, and this one is the slant height. I mean, it is slanting, isn't it? It's a slant height, okay? We need to discuss this one, slant height, L, okay? Let me write slant height, yes, L. How do you find that this is a hypotenuse side if you look at the right angle? So what do you mean by a slant height? Slant height is nothing but the h square plus r square, square root of h square plus r square. I hope you guys know that. Now find the surface area, which is pi r square plus 2 pi 2, oh, where is that? Yeah, plus 2 pi r L. Since it is slanting, we don't have a complete figure, so you're going to divide by 2. So we'll get pi r square plus pi r L. Okay, this is the formula, guys, to find this, the surface area of the cone. If height is given, then you can replace this L as h square, square root of height square plus r square. You can replace any time if you want while solving the question. And finally, what is volume? Volume is again the same, which is pi r square h. Since it is a pyramid, we need to divide by 3. So we'll discuss that. So this is the formula. Pi r square h divided by 2. So let's try some questions and see. Okay, let me take some questions. Yeah, here is the first one. Yeah, have a look at this. What is the surface area of a prism? So prism. So as I said, prism has a square prism, rectangular prism, and different. So here, let's see what type of prism it is. So with the base area is given, 25 meters square. The base perimeter is given, and length of a side is given. Okay. So and how to find the surface area? So surface area formula would be base area into base area plus, okay, let me write that, perimeter into length. Base area, I mean this is a general formula, okay. I will tell you how and this one. Since we have a two bases, so 2 times of base area and then base perimeter plus, I mean times length. Okay, so let's consider this as a rectangular. Just assume we don't know which type of prism is it, isn't it? So that's why just assume that this is a rectangular one and try. Okay, have a look at this. What do you mean by a base area? The base area is the bottom one. So this area, this area is a base area. This area is given. Okay, what does that mean? This length times width you already did. Okay, and we need to find the remaining area. So how do you find the remaining area? And also they have given the perimeter. So length is given 12 meters and area is given. Area equals to 25 meters square. If length is 12, and what would be the width? You can find the width in that. So instead, you can just put the perimeter. So the 2 times 25 plus 24 times 12. You can do that, which is 50 plus what is 24 times 12? 288. And that is the surface area. Okay, which is 328, 338 rather. Okay, you might have some questions in this. We'll discuss now. Where it is. Yeah. Yeah. So just take a look at this. So how do you find the area? So I mean, what type of shape it is? It's a rectangular prism, or else you can say cuboid. Okay. So what is the surface area? You can see that we have 3 different lengths. So which means this one is also 18. This one is 18 meters.
So the area is base area plus perimeter multiplied by length.
Length, yeah, that's the general formula. Okay, sometimes what we do, Muhammad, I mean what we might get, Muhammad, we might have a shape which contains the 2 different 3D shapes. Okay, in that sense we use that. We hardly use that formula, but that is also the one way of expressing the what do you call it, the surface area, which is base area, I mean the 2 times base area anyway, plus perimeter times the length. Okay, this is the general way of representing a surface area. And what about a volume? It is a very straightforward, which is base area times height. Okay. See, we can use the same formula here, but since we know the actual formula, we can solve it in easily. We are using the actual one, which is what is that? So find the area of each face separately. So this one, the top one becomes, I mean the bottom one becomes 4 times 18. What is 4 times 18? 4 times 18, 36, 72. 72 meters square. That's the bottom one. The right and left one. What is that? 4 times 5, which is 20 meters square. And we left with the the front one. So this is the front one. This is the front one, which is 18 times 5. What is 18 times 5? We have, I think 90 is the day. So 90. So you found the area of 3 different faces. So just add it together. So this becomes a 144. I mean the 2 faces. This becomes a 40, and this becomes a 180. So just add all, we'll get it. So 180 plus 40 plus 144. 4, 16, and 3.
Sir, answer is 364.
Yeah, exactly. So just use the general formula, the one which you learned, which is surface area equals to 2 into length times width, right? Which is 18 times 472. Width times height, which is 5 times 420. And then length times height, which is 18 times 590. Then add all these two things, 90, 162, 172, 182, and add, multiply by 2, we'll get 364 meters square. Okay, you can use the formula. See, this is the actual formula we used, and this one is found without a formula. Okay, guys. What is the volume? I hope you guys know. It's a very straightforward, which is 4 times 8 times 18 times 5. 4 times 5 is 20. What is 20 times 18?
360.
360. And what is the unit? Which is
Meter.
cube.
Meter square. Sorry, cube. I'm sorry, sir.
Cube. Yeah, exactly. Okay, guys, let me check if I have any questions to try. Just allow me a moment. Okay, just a moment. Let me try. Let me pick some questions. Just allow me a moment. Yeah, I think I got it one. Okay. Yeah. Here it is. This one. So this is a cylinder. I hope you guys know that. So how to find the surface area and volume of the cylinder? See, what is the radius? The radius is given. So I don't know. Would you like to use the formula, or would you like to find generally, directly? You can use both ways.
Sir, we use the formula.
You want to use the formula? Okay, so what is the formula? The area of
Pi.
squares. Yeah. I mean area of circles, which is pi r square. Since we have a
Pi.
since we have a 2 squares, so 2 pi r square. And what is the other thing we need to add? The circumference, 2 pi r times height. I hope you guys know this, right? This is the formula. Then just directly substitute. So I'm not simplifying pi here. I'm just keeping pi as it is. So 4 square would be 16, and 2 pi 4 times 6 is 24. Okay, which is 32 pi plus 48 pi. If we add it, we'll get 80 pi. And you know that the pi value is 3.14 approximately. You can substitute and you can find the answer. Or else, sometimes you can leave it as it is. But make sure that you read the instructions correctly. If the question, in the question, if they ask you to find the exact value, please find and round the value to the 2 decimal places or 3 decimal places based on the given instruction. Okay, what is the centimeter square is the unit? This is the surface area. What about the volume? I hope you guys know the formula to find the volume. What is that?
Pi
r square is the base area times height. I think pi r h. It's pi r square h. Okay, yeah. And then I'm just keeping the pi as it is, but you need to simplify, guys. Make sure that r square is 16 times 6. What is 16 times 6? 96, isn't it?
Pi. 96 pi.
Yeah, 96 pi. But substitute pi equals to 3.14. I'm not doing now though. So the unit is centimeter cube. And in exams and all, you might get simplify the answer or round the answer to 2 decimal places like that. You need to substitute pi value as 3.14 and then you need to round the final answer. Okay. Yeah. So let me check if I have any other questions. Okay. So the next one, let's do it in the whiteboard. Oh, wait. Sorry, guys. Just a moment. So find the area, surface area and volume of this cone. Okay, I think this is a right angle. I hope you guys know that it forms a right angle triangle here. That's why this is a radius and this one is the height. So I'm just giving the values, which is 6 meters, and this one is, let's say, 12 meters, and this one is a slant height. But no need slant height here. I hope you guys know that. Okay, so now how to find the surface area here? Any idea? What is the formula for step? Which is pi r square. We have 1 plus pi r L. So that's the formula. I hope everyone knows that. This is the formula, isn't it? So how we got this? If you want me to explain, I will do that.
Yes.
So yeah, see the first one, this is the base area. Okay, the base area. What is base here? The top one, which is circle. What is the area of a circle? Pi r square. And this one is a circumference times height. So what is circumference? 2 pi r is the circumference. And since cylinder has the fully thing, this one has off, right? Off of that. See, this portion and this portion is take away. So since we need to divide by 2, and since it's not a height, since we have a slant height, so we need to multiply by height. So this 2 and 2 cancels out, and we left with pi r L. So this is how we found the area, I mean surface area of this. This is the basic formula. If you don't know the formula, just find the area of that one first, and the area of the cone one, the triangular one. Okay. I hope you guys know of BH is the area of circle, isn't, I mean triangle, isn't it? So that's what we just need to divide by 2. If I want to explain in another way, this one is a base. This one, just think about this portion. This portion, what is this portion? It looks like a triangle, isn't it? What is the formula for triangle? Of base into height. But here, the base is what? The base is the circumference, and the height is slant height. I think we are not supposed to consider this one. We need to consider the height only if it is a full shape. Full shape in a sense, it's a straight one like this. Since we don't have this position, I mean this portion, so we need to consider only a slant height. So that's what, if you simplify this, 2 get cancels out, we'll get pi RL again. That's what I have written, guys. I hope you're able to follow me. Okay, so understanding the formula, how we got that, is a very important one. Okay, and what is L? It forms a right angle triangle. This one is a height. So what is the Pythagoras theorem says? Hypotenuse side square equals to
a square plus b square.
Yeah, so generally speaking, c square equals to a square plus b square. But here the c is the L. L square equals to 12 square plus 6 square. L square equals to 144 plus 36. Please try that. What is 144 plus 36? We'll get 180, I hope. Yeah, 180.
Sir, the answer is 13.4, 13.41.
Okay, yeah.
If you square
I think
the answer is 13.41.
13.41. I'm just taking it blindly. I'm just trusting you. So 180, the square root would be 41, right? You said 4, not 442. You need to round to 2 decimal places. And
okay,
then
okay, yeah, sorry, because 6 is there, that's why.
Yeah. And then you need to substitute the L value and find the answer. Okay, can we do that now here? The surface area would be, just a moment. Yeah. So, sorry guys, pi r L. What is L? Pi r square. Please mute your mic.
Oh.
Pi r square. Pi r. You got like what? 13.42, right? What is r? It is 6. So just do 36 pi plus, just multiply this 6 and this 13. You get 80.
Answer is 80.52. 80.52 pi.
Yeah, 52 you are saying. Okay, I'm just taking that and just add these two. We'll get the answer.
And our final answer will be 116.52 pi.
Yeah, 52 pi. And but make sure that you are substituting pi here. Let's do that now, which is 3.14. If you multiply, we'll get around 365.
366.1.
Yeah, so let's say 366, approximately 366. If they ask you to round the 1 decimal place, you need to write 1 here like that. Okay, so what is the unit? I think it's a meter square. This is surface area. What is the formula to find the area, guys? I mean the volume, guys. It's a very straightforward one, right? Which is base area into height. What is that? Pi r cube,
Pi.
pi r square, sorry, h divided by 3. You know the value of pi, and then 3.14 times r square would be how much? 36. And then h would be, I need to check, yeah, 12. And then you're going to divide by 3. If you simplify this, we'll get that. 3/4 are
Answer is
12, is it?
452.
Yeah,
Answer is 452.
let me check.
Yeah, no problem. But our answer is coming like 452.448.
Yeah, 452 point something we'll get. So which is meter cube. Okay. So and you might have one more question in cone, especially the cone. If height is given, so we just learned how to find the, what do you call it? Find the surface area and volume if height is given, height and radius is given. What if slant height directly given? For example, let's say this is 5 centimeters and this is 10 centimeters. This is a slant height, not the height. Okay. In this case, you can directly use a formula which is pi r square plus, what is that? Pi r L. You know the L value now, which is pi 5 square is 25 and pi into 5 into L is 10. I hope you understand. You guys understand, which is 25 pi plus 50 pi, which is 75. Okay, so here in this question, the slant height is given. See, this is a slant height. This height is given, so you can use the formula directly. If height is given, this one, if height is given as we did in the previous question, you need to find slant height by using Pythagoras theorem, using r square plus h square square root of. I hope you guys understand that. Okay. So I mean, that's it of today's webinar, I hope. So please let me know if you have any questions, guys.
No, sir, I understood.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so I think what the basic thing, if you don't know the formula, please don't give it up. You can try. I mean, you can solve without formula. As I said, just find the area of each face separately and find. So this one, I think we have. I mean, I didn't get time to explain prisms. What do you mean by a prisms? It has different types. It depends on what? It depends on the base. If see, this base looks like a square, a rectangle rather. So it is a rectangular prism. So we can call that rectangular prism, square prism, triangular prisms. It is based on the base of a prism. So I mean, can you please try this question? So please let me know first up if you have any questions, guys. And then if not, please try this question. Find the area, surface area first. My voice is lagging. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, guys, now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So please find the surface area of this diagram. Who wants to try this? Who wants to try this?
I will try, sir. I will try it.
Okay. Okay. So let's call this is an equilateral triangle. I mean, maybe I will give some idea to you to solve. So this is an equilateral triangle. I mean, the front one. Okay. So which means this side might be the same. Okay. You can just use that. So it's a very simple one. You can see how many faces it has. Please check how many faces it has. See, this one of what do you call it? The left one and the right one are the rectangles, isn't it? So rectangles. So these are the rectangles. So what is the length? I mean the dimensions. 10 times 8 is 80. And since we have a left rectangle, right angle, we can say if we have a 2, so it is 160 centimeters square. So we done with finding the rectangles area. Now front and back. What we have in a front and back? What we have in a front and back? We have a triangle at front and as well as back. So find the area of triangle.
Half base into height?
Yeah, half base into height, which is 6 times 8, 48. So 48 divided by 2 is what? 24. But since we have a two triangles, we'll get 48 again. I hope you got that. So we found the area of the front and back, the left and right. So now we left with the bottom. So this one, the base, the bottom base. So where again it has 10 times 8, right? So which is 80. So now add all three. 80 plus 160 plus 48. That would be the surface area.
Answer is 288.
Yeah. 288 centimeters square. See, so for some of the questions, I mean, frankly speaking, some of the question we can find without using the form. I mean, better not use the formula. That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, some of the questions like this, instead of using the formulas, just directly go ahead and find the surface, especially the surface area. But what about the volume? The volume is not a problem. Volume, you can use the formula for all the shapes. So how to find the volume? I think you know that what is the basic formula for volume. Volume is nothing but oh, yeah, the volume is nothing but base area times height. What is base area, guys, here? What do you think the base would be?
Base area is 288.
No. Base area. It's not surface area. I'm talking about a base. This is this base area.
10 centimeters.
10 times 8, which is 80. 80 times height. What is height? This is the height, right? The height is 6. So 80 times 6. 480.
480.
Whatever, centimeter cube. Okay. So, I mean, please remember the formula for volume, base area into height. This is a general formula for any prism, or rather any three-dimensional shape. Not pyramids, though. You need to consider only prisms. Yeah. So let's try one more, if you have a time, guys. So, I mean, it looks like a cuboid, it seems. What do you think? So how do you find the surface area? Anybody? Helen, would you like to try this? Anna?
Sorry, how do you find surface area?
Yeah, exactly. How do
Yeah.
you find surface area?
You find the area of each face, then you add them together. So first you
Yeah.
look at the small rectangles, the opposite one,
o-
6 by 2.
Okay, good. So 6 twos are
Multiply that by
12.
2.
6
Mhm.
twos are 12. 12, 12 are 24. Very good. Then 8 twos
And
are.
then we have the base and the top part are also equal. So this will be 2 times 8 times 2. So that should
So
be
the
16
was
by 2. Sorry?
Yeah, that would be 8 times 2, 16 plus 16 is 32. Very good.
Yes. Then we
And
have the other, there's kind of the one for 8 by 6.
yeah, so
The
this is
rectangle has
40.
8 by 6, they also 2. So 8
Yeah,
by 6 is 48, then you multiply that by 2, that becomes 96.
yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, so then we need to add together, isn't it? So
Yes,
we'll
simply
get
add them together.
120, 120, 152.
Yeah, sure.
sir, answer
Yeah,
is 150.
yeah, yes, Muhammad. So good, Helen. I think you did well there. So what about the volume? Would you like to try the volume?
Yeah, the volume of a rectangular base prism is the base area times the height or the length. So in
Yeah,
that case, we can take the height to be the 6 centimeters,
yeah,
and then the base area will be 2 by 8. So this will be 2 times, or length times width times height, right? 2
yeah.
times 8, then multiply 6.
Yeah, exactly. So 2 times 8 is 16. 16 times 6 is
96
9
centimeter cube.
centimeter
Yeah,
cube.
10 meters cubed,
Excellent.
yes.
Yeah, very good, Helen.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So let's try one more question before we wind up the class. Which one you want to try? The cuboid or the cylinder? Cylinder would be a better choice. Okay, this one. So please find the volume and surface area of the cylinder. So I mean, Helen, are you going to use the formula?
Oh, you want me to do it?
Yes, please.
This cylinder it has circular ends.
Okay.
So that means the base, the cross-sectional area is circular. So we first find the
Sir,
area of the circle, which is pi r squared.
Okay.
Then we multiply that by the height. So that will be pi r squared. That means the radius is 8, of course. So
Okay.
8 times 8, which is also the height,
Okay. So we got 512. Okay.
512. Then multiply that by pi.
Yeah. So that's the volume, isn't it?
Yeah, 512 pi, yes, cubic
Yeah.
centimeters.
But make sure that you're substituting pi value, okay, based on the
Yes,
instruction. I mean, yeah.
depending on what they allow you, is it 3.14, 20/7, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. That's good, Ellen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Muhammad, would you like to try the surface area? Anna, what about you? The surface area of this? Sorry, I didn't get you.
sir, the surface area is 64 centimeter square.
64, you said. So I hope you used the formula or something. What is the formula used? 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h. This is the formula, isn't it? So let me check if your answer is correct. R square is 64 and 2 pi, again 64 because 8 times 8, and we ended up getting 128 pi. Muhammad, can you tell me what you said? Have you said 256 pi?
Yeah, 256 pi. Sir, we can substitute again. Yeah, like
Yeah.
we can
So
multiply
that,
256 by 3.142.
yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we have to do that generally, okay? I'm not doing in this webinar, okay? So if the question says write the answer using pi, you just need to write 260 pi, 256 pi. If the instruction says please round the answer to 2 decimal places or 3 decimal places, then substitute and find the exact answer and round it together. Round it to 2 decimals or 3 decimals based on the instruction. Okay, guys?
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it of today's webinar. So again, I'm saying, if you don't know the formula, doesn't matter. Just think of solving by using the phases, okay? Especially if you see this, what do you call it? The circular shapes such as cylinder, cone and all, think of using the circumference. But normal what do you call it, 3D shapes such as cone or a cuboid, you can use the actual one. Okay, I hope you guys understand, and see you in the next webinar, guys. Take care.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.